Hello, beautiful lioness goddesses. Yeah, coming to you tonight. I noticed that every time I come on a live, I play with my hair. I like rearrange it, or something always is happening. And I started thinking about it today. It's probably like just my thing. Like I have to do this. It's almost like it makes me maybe feel like more comfortable, more settled in. I don't know what it is, right? Like it's some sort of a need to maybe relax a little bit into my being. I feel like we all do something like that. Especially, yeah, just some sort of a natural thing. So I wanted to show up tonight and offer a card. I wanted to pull a card for me, one of my favorite decks, and I actually pulled a card in my private, a year-long mentorship group, which is coming to an end, and I'm feeling into creating something new for next year, and I'm feeling into it strongly. It's gonna be something completely different. Well, no, it's different in a way of deepening into who I am and bringing in deeper practices and deeper understanding of the energies that we move throughout the year. So I'm going to just kind of shuffle these while I talk, so that the energy of what I'm speaking of will just flow through my hands into the cards. And in this way, when I pull the card for us, it will give us a perfect message we need to hear. So I want to share. This is the Divine Feminine Oracle. Yeah, I'm using a filter, so it might be a little blurry. Divine Feminine Oracle Guidebook. It's so beautiful. Oh my gosh. I recommend. So it's interesting. I notice myself when I come on these lives, even if no one is watching, the message is still coming through very strongly. I have no worry. You know, when people come, I know this is like all over the place, but I'm just going with it. When I teach yoga, okay, the card just fell out, which means we have to, I don't even know what this is. Oh, wow, it's Kali. It's Kali. She jumped out right at me. I know why. The mother of the universe. I release all that doesn't serve me. It's time to be the truth of who I am. So powerful. I'm gonna let her sit here. She is our guardian. When cards jump at me, I often take it as a sign of this is my guardian, or this is like a message, protection, and she stands like she holds space now for us. As I'm speaking to you, she's now looking at me, holding space. So welcome, Kali. Grateful for Kali, Mother Kali. And so, what am I talking about? Yeah, next year, 21, I pulled a card, which is a perfect message for what we're talking about. Yes. And I wanted to tune into a little bit for us here into the energy of October. What does October make you feel? Do you tune into the energy of October, and not even October, yes, and as well as the energy of Libra, the the zodiac sign. Slipped my mind. And how do you connect to Libra in any way? Do you have any planets in Libra or stars when you were born? And what is that for you? What is that energy? So for me personally, what has been reawakened and activated in me is the energy of the Lady of Balance. This is the harmony of all that we are. It's the harmony of the truth of who I am. It's actually what Kali is showing. It's the integration of all that I am. October is, for me, is the final month of the year, of the magical year. And I don't like to use labels or name things, but for me, a year starts on November 1st. And it began starting this way a few years back when I learned and felt a huge resonance with the year beginning on November 1st, which is labeled a witch's new year. And I'm actually not exactly sure in what traditions it's deeply honored, possibly pagan, but I honestly don't know. But it feels resonant for me. It feels as I connect my year and the seasons and the zodiac signs and months to each different archetype. I love that the new year begins in the darkness. It begins November 1st. It begins the night after Samhain, which is this magical, mysterious time of connecting to the departed spirits and the worlds that are beyond our understanding, connecting a little bit to the outer realms of understanding death as a way of releasing and letting go. And so Lady of Balance for October is the last archetype in my year, or the wheel of the year of archetypes, or the archetypal wisdom. And so the Lady of Balance as the final archetype of all the faces of each moon, of each month, of each zodiac sign for me is truly showing up. And I will ask these questions here for us. And maybe you can resonate, or you can contemplate this for yourself, to ask, where in my life am I out of balance? As what phase? Or, we often connect through the moon phases. In Temple Body Arts, we learn about dark moon, a bleeding moon of sacred dreamer. And then once we're done bleeding, we move over as a graceful warrior. And then we move into the full moon, into the mother lover archetype. And then we move into the wild woman and the wise woman before we make a whole circle. So those archetypes may be alive for you. There's different archetypes of a queen and a priestess, a goddess, Dakini, and a light worker, and the guards, and the guardians, and healers, and medicine women, and business women, and entrepreneurs. There's so many literal archetypes that we carry within us. So as the Lady of Balance asks us, where are we out of balance? What takes from us? What do we not allow to come in and expand us? Where do we contract? So a little bit tuning into this in the month of October is to kind of connect and gather this wisdom of whatever we're moving through, and looking back at the whole year. Where have we been? What have we done? What can we celebrate from this magnificent year of our lives, this most transforming year of our lives, of all of our lives, this most incredible time that we can possibly live upon this earth, deconstructing thousands of years of conditioning. I am in awe and wonder every day at what's happening in the world. I am in awe of all the pain and suffering that is happening in the world. And I'm in awe of all the healing and all the reawakening that is also happening in the world, all the empowerment. And so when we find and we question where are we out of balance, we're truly coming into this aware state of recognizing where we can do better, where we can show up more for ourselves, and how, as the new year begins, as we begin, or I begin, and who begins with me on November 1st or on January 1st or whenever it begins. In the Russian traditions, which I don't follow those, but the new year begins on January 13th. That's odd. A Chinese New Year begins at a completely different time. So just whatever resonates with you, what can we do better with now? Like, let's just not even wait for anything now. How can we be more in balance now? And just because we're in the Lady of Balance, or we're in a different type of archetype, doesn't mean that we can use other archetype to assist us on our path in everything that we're doing. So another question to ask would be, where, in what area of my life have I denied the other side of myself, the opposite of myself, the masculine or the feminine? What have I denied? And just kind of resonate in that, because Lady of Balance is all about finding balance, harmony, ebbing and flowing. Doesn't mean that we have to be equal. It just means that we can be flowing. I like the word flowing. Supporting. When one is down, the other one is holding, and vice versa. When one is rising, the other one is there to support. When one is destroying, the other one is destroying with them. It's just this flow of conscious balance that's stemming from the root of love towards our own self. That's where the Lady of Balance comes in, as that awakened power of self-love in all the radical possible ways. And another question to ponder is, are we, or am I, living as who I am? Am I living my truth in accordance, in alignment with my soul and with what I feel is my soul's purpose? So, yeah, just feeling into that. How can I be more in purpose? How can I wake up each morning and ask, how can I serve more today? How can I show up more in my purpose, in what I know is my purpose? So yeah, just tuning into what's present here and with the Lady of Balance, and I wanted to invite us all into this connection. I'm now pulling the card for us for the Lioness Gate Portal. Wow, yes, the Black Madonna, Our Lady of the Hermits, I transform pain and suffering into a greater capacity of love. It's hard to see. Wow. Yeah, I'm just really grateful for these cards, Kali and the Black Madonna. So I will just feel into them, with Kali showing up as our guardian, just jumping out, feeling her presence so strongly during this time. She is the mother goddess of the darkness, and this is the time of the darkness as we descend deeper and deeper, and this is where we release, we compost, we let go. She burns what we no longer need inside the fire of our own heart. She dances upon our own hearts with the most fierce, the most terrifying form of who she is. She's here to liberate us from all the conditioning of the world. She rises up, she stands up, and she brings liberation into the whole world, cackling away with her tongue lolling out. And then there is Black Madonna. I transform pain and suffering into a greater capacity of love. You cannot paint us any color that you desire to paint us deep inside. We are all part of the void, part of the blackness, part of the darkness, part of the womb of the mother. No matter what labels you can put upon us, no matter what you condition us to be and what you want us to believe, we always remember to come back into our wholeness, into our balance, into this darkness of the mother that is welcoming us home with her nourishing, nurturing power. This is what I'm getting from this Black Madonna for us as a message to find comfort in the darkness, find comfort in the blackness. The most healing space, the most healing color that dissolves into itself. Oh, that we're here to heal and to transform and transmute, to liberate ourselves. Yeah, thank you so much, beautiful sisters, whenever you tune in with me. Lioness, roar, empower. And something else I want to say, the Black Madonna, Our Lady of the Hermits. It slipped my mind again. So my design is manifesting generator. And it's 6'2", which means a way shower, like a role model, and a hermit. And I learned that I love to be a hermit. For me to recharge, I must be a hermit. For me to be a way shower, I have to be a hermit to recharge. For me to be a role leader or role model, for me to be a role model, I must be a hermit. So I can't be one without the other, because that's how they support each other. So yeah, that's what also came through. That's when we feel like being hermits, honor that, and know that the Black Madonna is all around you with her healing darkness and blackness and wholeness. So thank you, beautiful goddess Lioness, for showing up. I see some of you popping on, so when you watch it on replay, let me know that you're here, and I'm sending you all so much of my love. Blessed be, and so it is. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace to all.